Hi, my friends. Today I will show you how to make this X-ray effect in Blend geometry nodes. Before, I think you will use shader to make this effect, but this time I will use geometry node to make this. It's pretty simple. I will show you step by step. Okay, before we go to geometry node, we need to build a basic environment here. Here I use a plane, scale it up, and we need a monkey head here. This is just for demonstration. You can use anything else you want. So I will give a subdivision to this monkey head. Give it 2 subdivision. Yeah, it looks smoother. And the scale, apply the transform, and move the monkey head and this plane to a new collection 2. Yeah, and choose this cube here. Rename it X-ray. Okay, let's go to geometry node here and create a new one. Okay, let's drag a collection 2 here. So before we start this tutorial, I will tell you the principle of this effect. I will just use a plane and raise the one side, this side, this mesh curve here, rain it on the monkey head, and another side I will give them a default position like a 002 or 003. Then I will make like a rain effect like this. The downside ray on the monkey head, the upside is 1 point. So it's pretty simple, and let's do it step by step. Let's hide this basic environment, and we need a grid here. As we said, we need a grid here. Connect then, and here there is a grid. And then let's go to this mode, wireframe mode, and let's transform this grid. I want to make it stand up like this, and the position, yeah, go up. Then I can raise the downside of this mesh curve to the monkey head. So before we raise this downside curve, we need to increase subdivision on the x-axis like this. Maybe we need more. We need 100 subdivision, and then for the y-axis, I only need 2 points. So make it simple. So that's what we need. This next step, we need to set the position of the downside mesh curve here. So first we need to choose that. Before we choose that, we need to find a method. So let's preview the point and click here. You can see here, overlay, and choose attribute text. You will see the index here, 02468. So you know how to choose that. So here the method I use is a method node here, and go to truncated module and give the value 2. So then I will compare this value if it's equal to 0. Oh, if it's equal to 0, let's connect the selection and let's preview that. So I think let's hide the attribute text. So you can see downside is white, so we succeed choosing that. Okay, and by the way, you can tweak the values. See? So we made it. Okay, next step, we need to raise this downside curve to the monkey head. So we find the monkey head and give it a rain node connect to here. And you noticed that its instance, the output is instance. So we need to realize instance before we go to a raycast. Because this here you can see targeted geometry, it doesn't want instance. So we can see the output of this node is hit position, hit normal. Here we need hit position. We will inherit this hit position choose the position of the curve. So you can see we did this. So we are almost there. So put it here, make it clean. And the next step, we need to tweak the upside. So we still need a sub position, and this time connect to here. We need it equal to 1. So choose the upside. So we can preview this. So you can see upside is white. So we succeeded choosing the upside. So we will give it a default position. So default position here. We don't need 0, 0, 0. We need, as we said in the beginning, maybe 0, 0, 2 or 3, maybe 2.5. So we have a point here. So I think we are almost there. And before we finish this, if some people want to transfer this curve like into geometry, into a pipe. So if you want to do that, you can use delete geometry and connect here. Oh, sorry, connect to geometry and choose the downside. So choose the downside. I think we need to connect from here and preview. So you have choose the downside, and you can turn the mesh to curve. No, mesh to curve, and then curve to tube. So you have this. Maybe tweak the value here. Yeah, this radius, I think it's satisfactory. Okay. Then I join these geometries together. So preview this. You can see you have this. If you want to highlight this side, you can give it a material, give it a default material here. So for me, I don't want this. I just want this clean structure. So it's enough for me here. So I will give it a material here. I will give it a default material. And before rendering, I will do another step. I need to store a named attribute here. So I will connect this here. You see, this grid has UV map, so there is no need for us to create by ourselves. So I will connect here to here. So then remember to maybe change a point to face corner. You can use it on point, but I prefer face corner. So I change the name to UV, and the attribute is vector. So without this node, you can't edit it by UV map. So this is very important in the rendering process. So I think we finished in geometry nodes. Okay, let's go to shading. So here I will show you why we like store the UV map. So if I create a noise here, and you can see there is noise here, but we like if we connect to generate it, like it's noisy here. So we use ramp to make it obvious for you to check. So if we connect to UV, you see there is nothing here. So it didn't get the default UV map by itself from geometry node. So this is a problem. That's why I stored the UV map again. So here I can just use the attribute and find the UV. The UV I stored and connect to vector. So you will have the noise here. So then you can tweak this. Like me, I tweak the X maybe 10, and tweak the Y maybe 0.1. So it will have this effect. And you can give this to alpha. Yeah, here, alpha. So you will have this very similar to X-ray. So, and I will have emission here. But this is not finished. We want to highlight the edges, like the downside, left side, right side, the edges. So what we need to do is just use the UV and separate XYZ. So we can preview the X and Y. So this is very useful. If we go to X, we use the ramp. So remember, white side is like the value is 1. So it means white side is chosen. So when we took this value by ramp, you need to do it like this. So this means the left side and right side is chosen. So we need another ramp here. So we need to choose the downside and upside. So we took this value, this means the upside is chosen. And we need to still choose the downside, yeah. So this means the downside and upside is chosen. So we need to choose both of them. So we use the math to add them together. Okay. And give it to surface so you can see. But you can see the edge is very sharp. So we can use power. Yeah, use the power to make it a little bit smoother. So you can tweak this value. Maybe value 3 is good. So now we have the highlighted edge and the ring. So we need to combine them together. Here I just simply use add. Then you can preview that. So it's good. Then I connect to earth here. What I deleted. Oh yeah. When you preview this and go to rendering, go to this real rendering, and you will have this like X-ray effect. And you can also tweak the colors here from the noise side. So give it some different colors and connect to emission color. So you will have this effect. And before we finalize this tutorial, we need to render an image like this. And let's go to shading. I think Blend 5.1 has a problem recognizing the glare node in Compositing. So I went to Blend 5.0 and let's go to Compositing. You can see what I set here. I use many glares and use sunbeam, use fog glow, blue, and use this chromatic aberration. So by using this node, you can have this shining effect. Very cool. So I don't know why Blender 5.1 has that problem. Maybe in the future they will solve that, but this time it doesn't work. Okay, I think this is the whole tutorial, and I hope you like it. If you like my video, please thumbs up. Thank you very much. Bye bye.